if I should keep them both up here. But see, if I do, one's going to have to be one way. And this one's going to be out here more. That actually may work. This one I'm going to need it for the length. It does turn. But I have plenty of length. This one, I'm not going to be cutting big sheets with it, so this is probably going to be okay right where it is. So I'm wondering if I can just keep them both where they are. This is going to go over here more. This is going to be moved over more, so that's not going to be in the way. Actually, I can probably take that table and slide it right up underneath there. Yeah. So here's that elbow I was talking about. I know I have them. Here's the other one. Good. Okay. So, yeah, that might be the best bet. I should get the stereo down too, and the speakers. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And I got to hook up the green screen, because I wanted to play with that. I did. I did. Okay. So let me clean that table off tomorrow. Oh, I forgot this. I want this out here. Now we have a problem. Now we have a problem. No, we don't, because I still have that whole corner once I get it cleaned up. So that can go over here, because the only thing I do is put the vinyl in it, so it's not a big. Well, you know what? I don't even have to have it back here. I might be able to just put. Let me shut the light off. Start heading forward. Getting time to go in anyway. The more I think about it, I use this when I'm doing the holsters. I could put a shelf right there. See, I use this a lot too, so I don't want to move this. This is not going to be here much longer. I'm going to move that. But I don't know where I'd put that. That's the thing, because I do use it. That's good there. All right, I may have to put a shelf there. If not for the press, but even for the little toaster oven. Now, if I do the toaster oven, I can put it up here more. and angle it around so we're not banging our heads into it. That may be the way to go. That may be the way to go. Let me get this off here. Doesn't seem to be working. Let me turn this off. No, wait a minute. Let me find the bottle of soap. Hold on a minute. Let's check that while I'm here. Come on. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, there it is. See it? Right there. Gotta tighten it up more. This side is good. Okay, that has to be tightened a little more. I'll keep that there to remind me. I'll shut that off. I do have to hook up a fan in that until I get that done. I gotta get one of these off here. I gotta change that too, because I really don't want to have to keep undoing the screw every time I'm doing this, every time I want to take it off. Because it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I almost dropped you again, guys. I tell you. I got all those little brushes in there. I should bring them out here because I'm always doing something here. I don't need them all out here, but I should bring some of them out here because I'm always doing something out here where I need a brush. feels right. This thing popped as well. So the camera took its first real fall. It did. All right, meter's done, that's done. I feel like there's something else I got. Oh, this. I believe I'd already turned the heat down over here. I did, okay. I still forgot to call the guy about my glasses. I gotta call Ray. Damn. All the screws in my pocket, and I forgot to put them where they need to be. Okay. Turn that off. Let me shut this down. I gotta do some research, but I'll wait and do it in the house. I got a picture of my 50 Chevy. I had a 50 Chevy coupe that I was working on, and the thing is, the picture is only about the size of a thumbnail, and I can't get it any bigger. And if I make it bigger, it gets real blurry. So don't ask me how that ever happened. Someplace I gotta have a picture of it. I sold one of my bikes when I bought that. I don't remember which one it was, but I do remember selling one of the bikes. It might have been the Classic. What's off and what's not off? Okay. Now it's off. Alright. This. Did I use the 360 today? I don't remember. I know I didn't use the Canon. I'll take it in with me just in case. I really don't remember. There's the body cam. Don't need that out here. I'll keep that inside. Okay, so I got this. For some reason, I'm thinking I'm forgetting something. Don't ask me why. Oh, well, apparently nobody wanted this egg. Hey, Tuck Tuck, what you doing, buddy? I wanted to share my little sausage and egg. But, hey, little buddy. Throw it out there. A squirrel or somebody will grab it. We got those other little critters, the little cute little things. They stand on two legs and they kind of run around. Chipmunks. Okay. On? What do you mean no? What'd I do? Knock you off over here again? Possibly. I gotta get that fixed. I should do that tomorrow. That's all there is to it. Did I just knock it off again? I did. Let me turn you guys off.
Okay. I mean, really?
Yeah, it seems to be recording.
I told you anything about our adventure.
I'd like to see it around 8, 8.2. I'm not crazy about it being up there where it is 9 change.
Yeah. We're looking to raise kids in the next few years, so we decided it'd be a good idea to move and find a new place away from each other's parents.
Let me shut you off for a minute, guys.
I think this house would check a lot of our boxes. Really? Really?
We are going to call the bank and see what we can do. See if we can make this work.
Alright, I got the camera below us, the Canon,
Whenever you post something on social media, they screenshot
plugged
it.
directly into a AC-DC adapter.
I know you have a boyfriend.
The adapter is showing 7.5 volts. But when I put the meter on it, it's coming in at 11.2. When I put a load on it, it's dropping down to 9.2 or 9.7, something like that, which is 2 volts more than what the batteries are claiming. Now, oh, wrong batteries.
Hey there.
These batteries are not charged. But
Is that, I think it is.
they are looking at 13.8 watts, but 7.2 volts. That's. It's not smoking, so I guess we'll leave it on for a few minutes. What is all that noise out there? I still want to listen. Do you hear it?
Because like you've been having to process a little bit more.
It's the Orchard House, which is Short Beach Road. That's a senior, not a senior living, but like a senior entertainment area, I guess. Or they may live there. I don't remember now. The Orchard House on Short Beach Road in Brantford. It used to be a school years ago. I used to go to it. I lived across the street from it. Well, 2 houses down. An old house with an old stone wall that stood up about 5 feet. It's still there. Alright, what do I want to do today? Well, now that I pissed around most of the morning, we're working on the air compressor. Oh gee, it's 3 o'clock already. Holy mackerels, and I got absolutely nothing done. Well, I know I have this set now to where I can just plug it in. I do have to put ends on this though. Let me do that. I don't want to have any bare ends laying around, so eventually I'll solder them.
Rider 251 on fire car 6 is command.
Yeah, when the new solder iron comes in, I'll solder them. How's that? We'll try it out. So for now, I'm going to cheat. I'm not even going to go end to end. I'm just going to throw it on like this, just so that the wires are not exposed. You know, sometimes I do this anyway, because if I feel I may have to add another wire, and in some cases, I would say at least 50% of the time I am. So by putting the wires together like this, and then putting this over one end, it leaves this end open so I can still get 12 volts off this line if I needed it. There. So now I don't have to worry about a shirt. Now I gotta worry about tape. What I'll do though is I will end up putting solder in it and putting heat shrink. This way I won't have anything down there that can catch on something. You know, like those connectors sticking out. Okay, let me put this one back. Let me put this back. Let me put these away. Hold on, guys. Alright, what I wanted to try to accomplish is, well, we have that hooked up because I'm over here and you're in there. Yeah, buddy. Let me see. Let's take this one in there and plug it in and try this and use it for a few minutes. Turn you off for a few minutes. Turn you off for a few minutes. I'm using the Canon, the big one. Now what I did here, which you probably can't see very well, this is a little connector that's hooked up to the compressor. So I do have to get a couple of hangers for this stuff, but now this should plug right into here, which it does. Yep. I'm going to want to put a little, what you call it on it though, because I don't want that line to hang down like it is, because it's a strong possibility it'll get caught on something. So, especially the way I am. I don't know if you can see that or not down there. So, I may bring that up and in a little bit, which I can still keep it that way. Let me see, I could probably do it. I don't want to loosen it up too much, but yeah, that works. It keeps it right up against there. Yeah, and it's still down a little bit. I'm actually not happy with that. I'm going to move that. I don't like it there. I think I'm going to move this over here on the wood more, so this piece will be protected by the wood. You know what I mean? Can you see what I mean from here? I don't know. I guess you can. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, I am zoomed in. Well, let me zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, why not? I'm going to have to start using the other tripod for this one, however. Yeah, so there, as you can see at the meter, and then coming off to the right of that, there's a air shutoff valve, and then it elbows downward into a water separator. And then it goes down to the air hose. Now there is where I like to change it, because I don't like it that low. I can just see myself grabbing it or yanking it when I go to pull something out from underneath. I may bring it right up to where and put it on the green, which is a little above part of the actual, see it, the green part, which is a 2x4. That's what's holding that counter up. it'll stick out a little bit more, but it won't be hanging. And I can deal with that. Or just turn it around and put a piece of wood in there sideways and bolt it on sideways. Yes, I can do that too. Yeah. Yeah, I could probably do that. Wasn't even thinking of that. Let's lower this a little bit. We don't need it quite that high. Or quite that crooked. Or that crooked. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off for now. Yeah, I'm still nosy. You know, it's still kind of in your system, if you know what I mean. Now this is an old brush that just stopped working. It was just old and old. Single stage. So what I do is, I have nothing on it. I just use it for blowing air. That's all I use it for. These are two little containers that I need. I have a home for them. Protect or arrest your vest. Let me turn that down. I'm going to keep listening to it. Now this isn't for everybody. However, I think it's 15 bucks a bottle. I'm not positive. Or was it 9? But this is what a lot of the law enforcement use and things on their bulletproof vest and stuff like that. Because you just can't wash the vest. You know, that kind of stays the way it is. You know, and you have a shirt under it, you know, to help protect it from getting smelly, but it still picks up odors, and that's what this is for. And it actually works as a good deodorizer for around the house, especially if you have pets, because it's even good for pets. You can put it not on the pet, but if the pet was wearing a vest, you know, so if it's good enough for them to have there, you know, if you got to give your furniture a little spurt here or there, this works. And they have different scents. This is Midnight. What I wish they had, and they don't, this one's close to it, but something like cotton or linen, you know, that's kind of a smell that I kind of like. It's not an overpowering stench, you know. Alright, so all this is going to go on the table saw, and then I can sort through it and get rid of what I got to get rid of. This is for the Dremel, because the Dremel's going to be out here, so I got to find a place to hang it. Probably right there. And speaking of it, let me get it out of the way. Yeah, I'll probably end up putting it right here. This way I can get it from both sides. Yeah. Okay, well, hang it there for now. Now, if you want a little lavender, we have that too. This is going to be the bottom part of a drawer. Put that right there. This is a radio charger. That's going to go over there. So once I find out what I have here, then I can kind of go through gaps and cracks. I could have used that on a couple of my old girlfriends. Paintbrushes. I have a place for paintbrushes. I know I do. It's right under where I just put it. These lights have been kicking around forever. I don't see us getting another jet ski, but you never know if I'm going to have use for them. So eventually I got to figure out, okay, here's an electric heater. We used to use this on the boat occasionally, but then we decided forget about it. We didn't need it. We did need heat on the boat, however, because of the reverse cycles on the, not the reverse cycle, but reverse cycle. It had 3 air conditioners on it, but it took the water, and that's how it made the air cold. But it wasn't going to take ice water and turn it into heat. It just wasn't going to happen. So we did need heat on the boat. Now, one of them in the salon, was it the salon? One of them did have a heat element in it, so it was electric heat. That was in the salon, yeah. But the guest quarters, the guest bathrooms, the master bath got heat off of the salon area, but the master bedroom, no, that didn't get heat. That didn't have any heat in it. So we used to use this other one I just showed you on that, because we had a nice little shelf over next to the bed, and it used to blow right across this and heat up perfect. And then I got the one that looked like a radiator that was, I guess, oil filled or whatever it's filled with. And it looks like a radiator. It's electric, and you plug it in, and it had 1 and 2 in temperature. And that actually worked nice too, because once that got hot, it would still radiate the heat, which was nice. All right, pulleys. Why do I have pulleys in my spray booth? I don't know. This is sandblast media for a little sandblasting gun that I have that I basically wasted money on. I don't even know if I still have it or not. I may have pulled it apart. Strong possibility that I did. This goes over here. This is the airbrush tools. Let me put that there. This is the filter. What's up? Hey, baby.
Hi, babe.
What's up?
Nothing. I thought I was going to take Mickey in the yard, but he ran in the house, and I said, "Come on, let's go in the yard." He went in the house.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess he's confused as to what's what.
He just does what he wants.
Yeah, well. Oh, see this? I got this camera working. This is the Canon, the 4Ti, or the T4i.
What am I looking at?
The camera, over here. Look on the counter.
Oh.
All right. And that's the one that you use for pictures and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I did was I hooked up an adapter so that it doesn't take batteries anymore. unless I wanted to. I can put batteries in it, or I can just plug it into the wall.
Oh.
So now I have it plugged into the wall.
Oh.
And I think it's still on. I got the screen pointed the wrong. Yeah. So you can say hi to everybody if you want, but
Hi, everybody. It's recording?
yeah,
Oh.
it's been recording.
Oh.
So now don't sit there and look like a ham.
Okay, I'll move.
All right. Well, you can do things, or you can, you know, come over. We got to do that.
I know. I have to listen to it and write down the
Okay.
things, and I haven't done that yet. I'll do that
This
next
I
week.
took out of the. Tom gave me 2 of those jump starter battery thingies that
Yeah.
were no good. All right. So I took it apart, and I ended up with a little air pump. This is a little.
Oh,
air
really?
Pump. Yeah. So I can actually use this if I wanted to use it with the airbrush. So if I
Oh.
want to make myself a little portable station that works off a 12 volt, I got it right there.
Who knew?
So I can even carry it around with me if I wanted to.
But that thing was for starting batteries, right?
For starting cars, right? But it had a little car tire inflator in it.
Oh, okay. I see His Majesty out here. Let me go out. See if I can get him in the yard.
I didn't realize it was so damn late. Oh, he just went forward. Come here, Nick.
Well, here's.
He just went forward. Here he comes. Now I forgot what the hell this is for. What is this for? I have no idea. It's got a ground strap on it. I'm not going to assume that this is for power. I can check it with a meter. That's why I'm putting a lot of this stuff over there. That saw seems to be becoming part of the organizing table. In other words, I put things there and then find the homes for them. Now a lot of this stuff, I could probably get rid of some of this stuff, to be honest with you. I could probably get rid of a lot of it. I have some stuff here like that piece of plastic, but that'll hold, see the 3 holes? That'll hold 3 neon bulbs. There's a couple that can be used as a lens. That might be able to be used on a diorama for some reason or another. A chimney on a house, I just have to paint it a different color. You know, so there's always something there to do. You just have to have the imagination to go along with it. There's a handle. Haven't quite figured out where I'm going to put it, but there's the handle. I was going to strip it down and then Duracoat it. Duracoat is a paint they use a lot on guns. It's durable. And there's another one out there called, I forgot what it was called. I actually, at one time I was using so much of it, they sent me a whole color chart on how it looks on aluminums and things. Creocoat. Again, it's durable stuff. So I was going to spray that handle with it if the wife's hip surgery wasn't working right and she needed something to pull up. I put one in the bathroom next to the head. It's stainless steel. It's probably this long. It's a big one. And that's just there, you know. But I was going to put this other one in the shower, just in case. But the surgery worked out well for her. Well, you see. I mean, it hasn't even been a year. I think she had the surgery, what? April? May? I don't remember. This was a piece of bracket that I put together real quick just to have the camera so I can have a place to hang it. I didn't want to throw it out because I can use it to remodify it in the parts. The parts! Cutting oil, is that cutting? That is, okay. What's this? Oh, this was a piece of a lock that I made to open and close the door. This is garbage. I still have a box of, there they are. Here's a box of 12-volt lights. There's 4 of them in here with a remote hookup to turn them on and off that I have, that I wired to it. That I haven't done anything with it yet. Put it over there with the other lights. Yeah, I forgot all about it. See, I'm finding things that I can work with here. I got a fan sitting over here that I don't need anymore because I hooked up the fan inside the duct. Probably use this summer to circulate some of the air, the cold air. Well, there he is. How you doing, buddy? You got the laziest husky. I think a lot of it is because here he is. Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna go and start dinner.
I was going to ask you what are we having.
I am going to make like an American chop suey. You know, macaroni with ground beef and
Okay.
ground beef and
Yeah.
sauce.
Almost like a pasta vagol or
Yeah, but it's gonna have
yeah, pasta, a mix between a pasta vagol and
gonna-
a lazy man lasagna.
it's gonna have red sauce. So.
All right. Yeah. Okay, baby. I'm just cleaning that up. I'm gonna blow it out with the air, and then I'm gonna start shutting down.
All right, I brought out all the garbage.
All right. Oh, you did? Out?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay, you coming? Are you guys staying here with Daddy? Come on.
Now my neighbor dropped off some solder. I mean, this is heavy stuff. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. If I do any stained glass, I guess that'll work. Who was it that asked me about solder stations and solder gun? Somebody asked me what would be a good solder iron for soldering. I think she said tin. Well, you know what? That's kind of a tricky question, and you hate to steer somebody wrong because there's different thicknesses and there's different sizes and I got wire hanging out all over here, so I'm gonna have to go through that too. You know, if you're just soldering like tin wire, which there are, they have, you know, or a tin strip, you know, a little like a 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/4 of an inch, and you just want to solder them together, fine. But if you want to actually seam them and overlay them, you know, sometimes a solder iron is not going to do it for you. You know, it all depends. All I can say is, get something that's going to have enough wattage to where you could control it and turn it up or down if you need it. You know, you don't want to buy a 20-watt solder pencil or a 20-watt solder gun. And don't think of solder station because it's big in size that it's necessarily going to be big in wattage. And you want the wattage on the tip, you know, on the solder iron side. Because sometimes they'll rate them two different ways. If you see something that says it's 700 watts, well, that doesn't mean that the solder iron gets that hot. The solder iron may be 60, you know, or something like that. So you gotta do a little homework on it. It's not as simple as you think it may be on some of this stuff. This stuff here is never going to be used over there. These things, I don't see me using them, but I'll put them in there. What they were was those little SD card holders. Okay, we've been getting hit hard. Yes. I have a question first, if you don't mind. Would you feel really terrible if somebody was trying to scam your parents or grandparents? You would feel bad, or would you not feel bad if I called your grandparents and tried to sell them the Brooklyn Bridge to get their money? How would you feel? Basically, stop trying to take advantage of people and get a real job. I was actually being nice to her. I don't know why. Well, you know what? Because she was actually kind of a nice person. She's the kind of person that may take what I said seriously. Because when I said, would you want me to take advantage of your parents? No. Well, then why are you doing it to us? Besides, I'm not just a grandparent. I'm a great-great-grandparent. That's right. My kids and grandkids don't fool around. They just keep jumping and jumping. All right, so we got this part cleaned and things over there, which, believe it or not, isn't a whole lot. They just look like a whole lot. So now, see, that's where I wish I had that little air compressor going, so I wouldn't have to come over here and grab this one. And what did this get caught on? Now before I start blowing shit all over, I got nothing I gotta worry about. It's gonna blow away. I do have a box over there though. Let me see. What's this stuff all about? This is about that. The other, You know, you keep these things, but then you start realizing, do you really need to keep it? Because whatever you need to find nowadays is on the net. However, we are getting awful used to that, which is kind of scary, because if the system goes down, we're out. I should have opened the window. Hello? Oh man, if I hit this, it's gonna go crazy. I should open the window. I will. Hold on. Okay. So that's what we have so far.
Okay.
Okay, you hear my phone? It's gonna tell me what okay is. Alright, so anyway, that's where we're at. So that's kind of cleaned off. A lot cleaner than it was. This is what I was talking about. This slides in and out. There used to be a grinder right here, which is now over on that bench, which is going to be going the next day or two. I want to get this one straightened out next. But there used to be a grinder here. This used to be in here, but if I needed to clean or brush or grind something that was long, the vise got in the way. So if I needed to do something that was long, I would just slide this out and then I can get by the vise. And then I used to use it after that. Like I said, when I was doing radio work over here, I used to use this to put nuts, bolts, and screws and the covers and stuff like that on it. So, alright, so tomorrow I'll probably get to this, which this will go quick. The only thing I got to do is watch my head. If I, you know what, if I get into it enough, maybe I'll move that too. I got to put that ductwork up. What I need to do is bring it up with an elbow over here and bring it up there so I can bring it across the ceiling. And I think I have 2 elbows around here someplace. I'm almost positive I do. If they're not in here, they're probably out in the shop someplace. Or not the shop, but either the power shack or the tractor shack. Alright, so other than that, that's about it, guys. Let me put this away. And then I'm going to order that solder gun. I'm going to do that later on when I get in the house. I didn't realize it was so late. There's another one. She was telling me that my auto insurance was up. Not my insurance, my auto repair warranty was up. I never had it. I think I told you though, a lot of times this stuff here is these calls that you get that are numbers that don't exist and things like that. A lot of these, I'm looking for, here it is. I gotta finish this too. I'm so close. All I gotta do is hook up the ends. Years ago, when I had my store and cellular phones first came out, there was a guy in New York, a dealer or a distributor, that was selling Mitsubishi cell phones. Now the Mitsubishi back then, it was almost like a bag phone, but it was more, a little bit smaller, a little bit more decorative, hard case. It was just a nicer phone. However, it was also retail back then about $1,400-1,500 bucks, which was a lot of money because they weren't smartphones or anything, they were just phones. Now where's that piece of cardboard box? That's what I'm looking for. Remember I had a cardboard box? I said, where is that? Oh, here it is. And you also used to pay a lot of money by the minute. So Dr. D, David Schultz, which used to be a wrestler, who turned bounty hunter, used to come in my place all the time. I hunted with him once or twice actually. Nice guy. He really is a nice guy. He's nothing like what he portrayed to be. He could be, however, you don't want to get on the bad side of him. Let's put it that way. But there was this guy in New York, a distributor, that figured out how to take the Mitsubishi phone and make it so that you don't have to pay for your phone calls. Ah, so you're getting free service. Now, how they used to do that was they would make it, it was a way that he did it. So you had to make a phone call. You had to make a phone call to where there was no answer. So you're calling a line, a number, hopefully nobody would answer. And then once you've got that number that nobody answered, you can use that number to dial a call. I mean, they do that nowadays already. The phone company was always able to do that. But it wasn't easy for just anybody to do it. And the phone company can only do it at certain times under certain conditions. But other than that, that's how you used to get free service. So I'm wondering if that's still happening out there with other phones that have been modified. And I'm not in the business anymore, so I wouldn't know. That they make calls, hopefully you don't answer. That's why sometimes when you do answer, they hang up on you. They're just looking to grab your number so they can make other calls on it. I mean, how many times have you gotten phone calls from yourself? You know, I mean, it happens. They're stealing your number. And then they use it to make all these scam calls. Now they may not getting free service anymore, but it makes it real hard to track a number, and it's real easy to grab a number and use it. I'm gonna put this lead someplace until I decide what the hell I'm gonna do with it. Alright. The only thing I didn't do that I wanted to was blow the sawdust off the drill press. But I'll do that when I come over on this side. We're pretty well getting there. I'm thinking about putting this Kydex press on that shelf that slides out over there. The only thing is, once I do that, I won't be able to close it. So I gotta make sure that I'm not gonna be getting hit with it by making everything smaller. Yeah, I'm making the runway smaller. I can probably put the Kydex press in the back room because I'm going to have plenty of counter space back there. So that's what I'll end up doing. I'll take that and put it in the back. Now what are these things here? Okay. Hunter education. I don't need the hunter education course. Manual. What's this thing? Northern Tools. This is the so-called book on this so-called furnace. I wonder if I should keep this hunter safety course. I don't keep it. I don't do it. But sometimes there's things in there when you're trying to explain something. Not so much on where to hit the animal and things, but when you're, climbing over a fence, a choke versus a non-choke. When you're carrying with other people in the woods. No, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. What time is it? Let me check the phone. If I say a word, it'll look it up. If I ask what time it is, it'll tell me how the time came about, but it won't tell me what time it is. It's 4 o'clock. Okay, I'm not going to order that solder station from here. I will order it when I get in the house. I just got to remember to bring my debit card in there with me. And seeing that I'm going to use the debit, I'm going to use the bogus one. Well, it's not bogus. I think I've explained it to you before. It's just not tied into any of my other stuff with the name. So that if they look up anything on that particular card or information, they're going to go to a dead end because it doesn't go anywhere, if you know what I mean. But it's a legit card. I mean, I did it through my PO. I did it. That reminds me, I got to renew my PO. I did it through my credit union, so it's all legit. Just that there's ways around doing certain things. Okay, I'm going to unplug this, and we got a pretty good idea how things are working. We got that pretty well cleaned up over there. The rag is still there, the detergent or the soap, or the spray cleaner, whatever it is you want to call it. The compressor is basically done. I do want to move that one piece over though, which I'm going to do. And that'll take maybe 10 minutes, hopefully only 10 minutes. And then I can start cleaning off the rest of this thing here. I got a piece of wire draped I got to get rid of. And I dotted it. No, that's not Morse. Could be that I did, but I have to get the ends put on that cable. So I want to take a picture of the end on the cable inside to see if it corresponds with out here. And I want to make sure that I have, if it's twisted or not in there. I don't know if it's got a twist on it or a jump or whatever. So let me check it, because I didn't check it. I'm thinking you cut it, you go wire to wire, it's got to work. You know, I mean, if you cut a brown wire in half, you put the brown wire back. You know, you cut the brown, the green, and the red in half, you put the brown, the red, and the green back. You know, or the brown. So, in my opinion, wire for wire would do it. All right, I'm going to shut it off.